Shopper came back and once again so tired of the video. Hajime Ippo around 14:02, and it came out yesterday. I completely forgot about it. I was doing a lot of things yesterday, and hopefully I'll be able to get it out like before 10 o'clock. But a new chapter came out, and it's called "The Difference Between Their Camps." And I haven't seen anything about it, but let's see what the difference is. Sendo and Vord shocked. Ippo's shocked. And Wally, he's moving forward. We see Ricardo. And Wally still using footwork that now says the challenger is bouncing over the ring, but the champion following him, follows without letting him out of his sight. Each father's pulling out more and more. This is turning into a real showdown. Wow, it's too early in the morning. And Wally charges towards Ricardo, and the announcer says they both. Wally connects. But I think he's still on Ricardo's guard. Ricardo says to himself, if we exchange, my punch it lands first since it's a straight line. But that's too naive to think. Even though he has a long arc punch, his punch speed is terrifyingly fast. He's by far the fastest boss there ever been encountered. And furthermore, above or below, left, right, all his punches come from angles to make them nearly impossible to see, let alone avoid. He tried to throw a jab at Wally, and he bounces all over the ropes. And Ricardo continues. He moves like he's hopping from treetop to treetop. And with that speed, how am I supposed to catch him? In 3, I slow him down with body blows. Ricardo throws another jab. And Ricardo continues the commentary to himself. First, I show a punch up top. He screeches his shoes. You can see the screech of his heels. And then stepping at the moment of impact, the body. And Wally parries it away. And he goes up top and connects clean on Wally's scalp. And Ricardo's scalp is clean. His hands, he actually has struck Ricardo Martinez. His hands, both hands are down. He caught him. He got him. And the announcer says the challenger box a body blow and returns fire with a counterpunch. The crowd is like, no way, are you serious? The announcer says it's a clean hit. And the crowd says he's seriously so strong. He's too strong. And the crowd says, and this round 2 is entirely one-sided. What has this matchup turned into? Now Wally's starting to sweat. But maybe it's nothing. And Ricardo says to himself, he took preemptive measures for body blows. It seems that someone has already thoroughly punished him for that. But if theory doesn't work on him, that's an issue. I can't think of any other way to approach this. All I can do is continue applying theories regardless of how many times I nullify them. Ricardo, don't play games now. Ricardo, you know what you need to do. Alright. That's not what what y'all mean. It's quite simple. You're gonna have to punish him. How does one achieve that? Stop thinking. Allow your instincts to go in there, El Diablo, and to punish him. I don't know if that'll actually work, but the theories are not working. And sadly, maybe just like Alf, you can't catch a monkey without going into a jungle. Who knows? And Bill Stu is talking to the refs, and the ref rocks back. I think he's gonna roll one of the roller corner. Miguel's like, you're doing great out there. Just keep going just like that and we'll win. And Wally's like, yep. And he just pause. And he thinks to himself, they're so serious. But they look so happy. I'm confused. Ricardo was able to close the distance. It's much more dangerous now. Why that happened? He remembers what Miguel said. A warrior that could no longer be drowned by the oceans. And he was like, the goal wasn't to win on points. And the ref walks up and says, Wally, you're using the ropes too much. I'll give you a warning now, but if you keep happening, I'll deduct points. And Vord's coach like, wait, that's not right. Using the rope is unfair. Well, the ref says, using the ropes unfairly surely grounds for point deduction, but it's using them to move around. It's certainly not enough to warrant a foul. Are you saying something? Are you saying that it's something rare or outside the norm be automatically qualified? Now that's war, coach, honey. And the ref says it's a gray area, but it's leaning too strongly towards illegal. And by the time it's obvious that it's already gone too far. The voice coach like, and that's your determination, or enemy camps, or just hometown advantage. So what is unfair here exactly? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. We will not stand for this blasphemy. And the ref says, anyway, that's your warning. And Miguel says to Wally, understand? He's like, yep, yep. And voice coach like, this is blatant favoritism. You're fine with this? And Miguel's like, thanks for your concern, Dan. It's time to, wait, thanks for your concern here, but it's time to keep our feet on the ground. Oh no. Oh no, don't say that. Oh no. Ippo just paused. And he says it felt like they're talking about something important. I wonder, should have studied English better. Oh my goodness. We got a close up of Beal. And Beal Stewart said, I meant to be your support. But I've just been a cheap facade. They have been exposing our glaring weaknesses. Bill, you haven't told him anything. Absolutely nothing in the corner. What have you been doing? Actually, you did the same thing against Jose Narco as well. This ain't looking good, Bill. I could be wrong. And he could either tell Ricardo, in the ring, your experience, your abilities, your judgment, in every respect, there's no one higher caliber than you who can be your second. There's nobody to divide you from ringside. Letting you isolate yourself is our greatest weakness as a camp, Beal Stewart says. Ricardo says, oh, in other words, you respect my decision at every turn. I have nothing but gratitude for my camp. Well, no, I hope it's not a case that Ricardo got a bunch of yes men. And Beal Stewart, while looking at Ricardo, says to himself, we believe in you. And Miguel's like, get going. And he was like, what's happening now? A voice coach like, I suspect that they're going to trade even more punches. Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for pure excellent. We've all seen this before. Exchange punches. Keep his feet grounded. You know what that means. The corner will no longer work. You cannot get Wall into a corner. And you know what secondly that means. We've all seen this before with the great Takamura in his first World Championship match. The announcer says, round 5, we reached the middle rounds of the match. The opening 4 rounds have gone entirely to the challenger. And Wally dodges another punch. He's showing full force of what he's called alpha, the astonishing physical ability and reflex speed, not to mention his kinetic vision. The trading out primitive tool for those of technology of industry. For the technology of industry, the industrial revolution. These are the things we exchange in loss for requiring a civilization. Simplicity, quick, and easy. This promoter's strengths are. Phone cut off. Wow, you're gonna sabotage me now. This primordial strength is how the conquering is not conquering inside the ring. And while it goes on the connection, as what Ricardo continues to do to jab, my strategy is failing. My strategy, actually, it depends. It depends. I'll get into that later. And Sendo's coach says he's expecting to hit first, but it came in exchange. His speed really can't. His speed is really a cut above. There's an unbridgeable gap in physique, agility, physique ability, even for Ricardo. And the closer he gets, the faster he's gonna feel. Even knowing the danger, he got no choice but to push in. Otherwise, he'll keep getting up points. Like I said, you gotta go in there and punish him. For those two to create this situation, I'm seriously impressed. And voice coach dips in, both body and mind. Without either of these would be impossible. What an exceptional combination those two are. For the sake of his student who loves an all-out offense, the master who searched for strategy that would give him the smallest advantage. So he let him take the first round going full speed. As a result, the champion have no choice but to put forward what set this stage. The gap between the camps are showing. And Ippo says to himself, so the reason Wallacum looked so unhappy during the break is because he was holding himself back from changing punches? And voice coach jips in, not to let Ricardo being there. To not let Ricardo being their opponent sow our doubt any doubt or distrust with an incredible trust they have in each other. And Ippo says yes. And Wally's unleashing a holy combination to Ricardo's body. Ricardo's keeping that high guard. That announcer says the challenger is in full form. He's either pressing back against the champion. Wait. He's either. Wait. Yeah, he's either pressing back against the champion's pressure without faltering. And again, Ricardo jabs. Wally throws back a combination of his own. Connects clean to Ricardo's guard. And he throws out another jab. No, that's... No, this wasn't a jab. Ricardo throws it a right straight. And then that says, evading entirely. He's completely unfazed. Look at Wally's face with that smirk. And he unleashes another combination onto Ricardo's guard. In the face of such a genius, this theory is inconsequential. But they still choose the basic, the normal, and the ordinary. Wally goes in, and Ricardo says to himself, "I know nothing else besides that." And he pops Wally right in the face, and that's how we wrap this one up. The solitary fist persists to the end. The champion's counterattack begins. Break. No, there's no break. Begins next time. Overall, I think it was a solid chapter. I'll get that. To start the chapter, some of the comments made by the number one, with the ref was saying that was some nonsense. That was really, you're gonna do that, Bill Stewart? That's what you're doing? That's what you're gonna do? I would have. It was kind of messed up. If Dante Tang would have did that with Joe Ibuki, Joe would have threw him out of that ring. Wow, Bill, he's using the ropes too much. That what we're doing, huh? That's what we're doing? Alright then. Like, he used the ropes like once that we see of. And Wally is nasty with that parry. Ricardo to pop Ricardo right in his mouth. It is vicious. So what I was alluding to earlier is the infamous freedom style from the Wally. Sadly, close range. Sadly, as good as his footwork and his agility is, he does the best work on the inside. He said, "Artist phenomenon." Let's go complain to the ref. And Ippo was like, the reason he looked so happy at the beginning because he wasn't able to go full blown. He wasn't able to unleash his abilities. And you got Bill Stewart's like, you just really kind of been good. I just didn't have any advice to tell you. You you're just above me in that factor. Hey, maybe he's the IQ genius here. Ricardo is. Hey, maybe Bill Stewart can't teach him anything else. It's just at this point in Ricardo's career, every decision he makes is on his own. When he's inside those deep waters, and he's inside the bottom of the trenches of the ocean, when he's deep down there drowning, sadly, it's only you who can pull yourself out of this one. Tell him, Ricardo, I believe in you. Wally goes in. Wally's still pushing the pace. Ricardo's doing nothing but consistently trying to gain Wally's respect. Throwing the jab, throwing the right cross. Wally returns, connecting onto the guard. And it says that he's completely unfazed. In the face of such a genius, any theory is inconsequential. But I still choose the basic, the normal, and the ordinary. And he pops Wally right at the end. Well, with that last hit at the end, it's one of two things. That Ricardo has pulled out the infamous ghost jab that he's known for, or that he did against Ippo, or, Wally chose to weave too much. And what I mean by that is eventually, no matter how fast you are, you can always lose the timing. Because what it comes down to is not how hard you can hit, it's not how fast you can move, it's all about the perfect timing to hit somebody. That's what it's all about. The perfect combination of equations to put you not only gently to that good night, but to line up your head to be popped right off your shoulders. So, the surprising thing is that Ricardo threw that right straight and Wally just weaved out of the way. So it's not just like Ricardo's just constantly just throwing the jab. He threw that right straight and then Wally just took it as nothing. Until, He got popped right there in the mouth. Now, it's interesting to see that Ricardo only tried for a body blow once and Wally parried it, and that was it. Because it's not like Wally would have expected that to happen since he did fight Mukanushi. He's like, he must have fight somebody who already punished his body for that. Could have tried it a lot earlier, just switched it up. But, it depends. It depends. It depends. So this is into the phase of the fight of what they call the mind traps. Now some might say, what do you mean by the mind trap? And that is, Wally be pushed into the trenches of confusion. Wally has dodged straight punches. He has fought an on-style bullfighter, bullfighter like Ippo. But with Ricardo Martinez, this is where the steep slope of talent and skill sadly plateaus. Only one would survive. Would a skillless one, Ricardo Martinez, survive? Or would a relentless genius talent wins? But what happens when you refine talent so much that it plateaus and it's the best you can ever be? And what if that talent is even then, with the extra skill behind it, it's just not good enough? Who knows? Who knows? It is just one hit, solidly clean while he fights with his head down, so it's just... And when it comes down to that perfect timing, after 4 rounds and going to the 5th one, it's not surprising that Ricardo hit him, especially after he started to use the jab for Waller to gain some type of respect. Now, he surely earned it. Now, sadly, this will inkle one or two things. This is where the fight plateaus for Wally, and it goes on down from here. Or, an interesting thing could happen with Wally. Because not like Wally hasn't been hit before. And the worst thing about hitting Wally is, Wally surprisingly got good endurance. It's not like you just hit him a few times, he just rolls over. It's just, he could take a few good punches. He could take a few good body blows. It took a Demptro to put him to sleep. It's not like Wally just going gently to that good night. So this is rather start the downfall, or this would juice Wally up anymore. When he fought Ippo, he was infighting, taking blow after blow. He was not backing down. He was not retreating. This is all he knew. And the last time he talked about boxing, he was in the press conference with Ricardo Martinez doing the weigh-in. He said this would be fun. For the past 4 rounds, it only got fun for him in the 4th round, where he's able to not just rely purely on speed and to get in there and actually start releases his hand and start working inside the pocket like he used to do against Ippo. Then he gets hit. And it all depends on what Ricardo said to Wally in the corner, since Ippo didn't understand what they were saying. But, I don't know, I don't think the fight's over yet. This could sit in front of downfall of things, but in this case, I don't know. I think Miguel and Wallace, they got a few more tricks to their sleeves. Cause, yeah, round 5, if Ricardo loses this round, the next round, only thing it takes Wally is to win one more round and the fight's over. Unless Wally gets knocked out, in which Wally can just use the footwork. But it depends if that worked for the entire 12. Because he never did slow down against Ippo. But, I don't know, it depends how fast Ricardo picks up the pace. And how many mind traps and... now I think about it, we have a situation where Wally had to use his mind. And this is more reminiscent of, it could go to a case of Work versus Mike Elliott. The traps and the slips and setting them up. Oh, getting somebody to overcommit with a feint or the high guard, because you know, oh, to open up my guard because you know I'm faster. You want to take this advantage. Could Wally survive such a thing? You can easily survive a tsunami, but can you survive a hurricane? Can you survive the cyclone? Also, another thing. So far, we've yet to see Ricardo throw out a corkscrew punch. What significance does that have? Well, last I checked, he put AJ Dante to sleep with that right, with that right straight corkscrew punch. And next thing you know, AJ Dante was put gently into. Actually, now I think about it, he didn't really do that much. He didn't really do much against AJ Dante, and he broke his jaw. He broke his hand because he guarded too high. That's the Ricardo's guard, and it was his hand, jaw, and like something. Was it it? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. It was. He broke his hand and jaw. It was something that his face nose, alright. But Ricardo still has the corkscrew punches in his arsenal. He's based off of Ricardo Lopez. As much as he based off of Ricardo Lopez, Jose Mendoza is still in his DNA. So he does have a corkscrew punch in his arsenal. It is just like I've been saying for the past months upon years, that we have yet to see Ricardo unleash his full arsenal. So he finally able to hit Wally. He finally able to get the timing down. But I can't say that'll be completely efficient into the future of the fight. I can't say that. And including the fact that while I haven't used that way back lean, I was sure you could step in twice and get over that like Takamura did. But the way Brian Hawks do the way back lean and the way Wally does it is two different things. Wally can lean all the way back and spin around on his heels, and when Brian Hawks does it, he just leans back and that's it. Still short a similar type of punch. But yeah, Wallace yet to release the ankle wicks and fully go full freedom style. And from that same merit, Ricardo got just as much tools potentially in his arsenal as well. Because I'm pretty sure if Ricardo was to hit him with that corkscrew punch, he's flying off his feet. I'm sorry, I don't think he'd be put gently to that good night. But the only known variable of a corkscrew punch is when he did it against Dante, and when Dante got hit by it, sure, he was an old warhorse already going down. But it put him gently into that good night permanently. So, who knows, I could be wrong. But, I can't say either or. I can't say this is a part where Ricardo turned things around. Sure, the title may seem like that. Well, the last few words may seem like that. But from that same merit, Wally hasn't done everything either. Ricardo had really pressed him into the corner, and he get out of the corner with that rapid speed, or how he's able to disappear and vanish. He's done it in a few instances, but not in that true freedom style close range instant that he can. Like he did against Sendo. Well, that's disturbing. That's ugh. He hasn't really done that. We had similar imagery, but that wasn't really a Ricardo that was really going on. That was just a Ricardo just attempting to feel something out. So he's just, well, all these theories, well, screw that. He didn't say that. With all these theories, well, so much I'm just gonna. Honestly, we haven't seen Ricardo be put in the back foot. I have to use this instance either. Never. We've yet to see our opponent do that. AJ Dante didn't really do much. Before the fight started, Ricardo wasn't impressed. So, hopefully this or the Sendo fight will finally show us who Ricardo truly is. Pull out that. Listen, when you look at Mike Elliott, you look at Richard Bison, you look at Keith Dragon or David Eagle, you look at Mishima or Miyata, we get a quite of a semblance of who they are, right? Or Sadeki, or Hayami, or all these other kids, you get a semblance, or Akita, of who they really are. But wait, remember this bet, man. Ippo has fought two people to corkscrew punch. Okita and AJ Dante. And I've already mentioned how that last punch he did against AJ Dante was a corkscrew punch. Good thing Ippo already got experience for it. Because arguably, how much research does Sendo, Vorg, or Ippo have with Ricardo Martinez? We've yet to see them watch a fight where Ricardo will struggle against any type of opposition. So, they, as far as we know just as much as they know about how Ricardo fights. So, who knows? Who knows, Batman? Who knows? But, I don't know, it's just some interesting parallel of his experience. But, I don't know, I don't see Sendo losing to Ricardo, though. I just don't see that happening. I just don't see it happening. I know one way or another Ippo's gonna have to fight Ricardo, but he can fight him as the #2 man in the world before Ricardo goes gently into that retirement, because Sendo is not losing to Ricardo. I just do not see that happen. It's not the momentum or the hype, it's just Sendo has the right tool for that arsenal. I say the future prediction, this is where fights get real. This is where the steep cliff happens. There's only a few pillars to look up at. It's time to see what happened when a king take on a king. At the very top, who would be crowned the king of kings? And who will be worthy of the challenge to Sendo? If you guys like the video, and peace.